15 Facts About Rwanda. Number 15. The first country in the world to use drone technology to deliver life-saving medicine. In the lush mountains of East Africa, where winding roads can make an ambulance take 5 hours to reach a hospital, Rwanda chose a different path. Since 2016, the American company Zipline has operated a drone-based medical delivery system, but it was Rwanda that became the first country in the world to turn this technology into a real life-saving network. Small drones, about the size of a person's torso and painted red and white, the colors of blood and hope, take off more than 200 times a day, carrying vaccines, blood insulin, and emergency medicine to over 500 hospitals and clinics across the country. Their accuracy is nearly perfect. 99.7% of flights land within a target radius of just 25 feet. Instead of spending 4 to 6 hours traveling through steep mountain roads, each drone delivery takes only 30 minutes. When it arrives, it doesn't land. It drops the blood package by parachute landing precisely at the emergency room's doorstep. Less than 3 minutes later, the blood is already flowing into a patient's veins. Since then, Zipline Rwanda has completed over 1 million medical flights, saving tens of thousands of lives, especially those of pregnant women and newborns. A doctor in the town of Ruli recalled, "In the past, a woman with postpartum bleeding could lose her life simply because the mountain roads were too far. Now blood arrives faster than a taxi." Rwanda has also digitized all of its national medical records, becoming one of the first African nations where doctors can view patient files on their phones. More than 95% of public hospitals are now connected to an electronic health data system, shortening treatment time and improving the accuracy of medication management down to each dose. And what about you? If every country on Earth could use drones to save lives within 30 minutes, would there still be any reason for someone to die just because the road was too long? Number 14. Rwanda. The most open country in the world, where everyone is welcome. While most countries make you fill out visa applications as long as a novel, Rwanda does the opposite. It opens its doors to the entire world. Since 2018, the government has officially implemented a visa-on-arrival policy, meaning citizens of all 198 countries can enter Rwanda right at Kigali International Airport, no prior visa required. All you need is a valid passport, $50, and a few minutes of waiting, and you're ready to step into one of the friendliest nations on Earth. This policy has made Rwanda the entry paradise of Africa, rivaling Singapore and the UAE in openness. With a 30-day stay period that can be easily extended, visitors can explore freely or settle in longer if they wish. Remarkably, Rwanda is one of only 4 African nations, alongside Seychelles, Benin, and Gambia, that allow all African citizens to enter visa-free. This revolutionary move isn't just about attracting tourists. It's about tearing down borders between African nations and encouraging integration and intracontinental trade. For international travelers, obtaining an e-visa takes only 24 hours through the government's website. For entrepreneurs and digital nomads, Rwanda offers its Open for Business program, welcoming startups, investors, and tech professionals from around the world. In 2024, the World Bank ranked Rwanda among the top 3 countries with the fastest improving business environments globally. Number 13. The most gender-equal country in Africa. When people talk about gender equality, they often think of Norway, Sweden, or Iceland. But a small country in Africa has made the world stop and take notice: Rwanda. Most notably, women hold nearly 64% of the seats in Rwanda's parliament, the highest rate in the world, surpassing Sweden's 46% and New Zealand's 48%. Beyond politics, Rwandan women also occupy 50% of senior government positions, 52% in the economic sector, and over 60% in the judiciary. In Rwanda, women aren't just heard, they lead. This didn't come from slogans, but from rebirth after tragedy. Following the 1994 genocide, when hundreds of thousands of men were gone, Rwandan women stood up to rebuild the nation, from reconstructing homes, to starting businesses, to running local governments. The 2003 Constitution mandates that at least 30% of representatives must be women, but in reality, they've far exceeded that number. Rwandan women do everything. They are farmers, engineers, police officers, judges, and tech entrepreneurs. According to the World Bank, 41% of small and medium enterprises in Rwanda are owned by women, the highest rate in Africa. In Kigali, you'll see women in suits driving cars, running companies, and still joining community cleanup programs like Umuganda in the evening. And perhaps what impresses men around the world most is this: Rwandan women are strong, yet graceful. They are educated to be independent and intelligent, while still keeping their traditional charm, from their gentle speech to their confident presence. So what about you? Would you like to meet or even marry a woman from a country where equality isn't just a word, but a way of life? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to know. Number 12. The Cashless Society. If you go to Kimironko Market in Kigali with a pile of cash, the seller will probably smile at you and say, "You must be a tourist, right?" In Rwanda, paper money has almost become extinct. From luxury cafes in the capital to banana vendors. On the roadside, everything is paid by phone. More than 80% of transactions in Rwanda are now carried out through MTN Mobile Money, a mobile payment system that works with just a few taps. People don't need bank cards or accounts. They only need a simple mobile phone to send, receive, and pay money within seconds. QR codes stuck on stalls, trucks, and even on ox carts have become a familiar image of daily life in Rwanda. The government has set a goal called Cashless Rwanda 2030, which means completely eliminating cash in domestic transactions by 2030. Since the COVID-19 pandemic, the rate of electronic payments has increased by more than 200%, and now more than 10 million people are using mobile wallets, an astonishing number for a country with only 13 million people. In Kigali, even paying taxes, electricity bills, or buying bus tickets is done through a phone. Signs reading, "We accept mobile money" appear everywhere, from grocery stores and coffee shops to shoe shiners on the street. Number 11. Rwandan men like wearing suits to the market. It sounds like a joke, but in Kigali, the capital of Rwanda, seeing middle-aged men in suits, ties, and shiny leather shoes going to buy coffee or walking around the market is completely normal. Under the 95-degree heat, they still appear so neat that visitors might think they just walked into an international conference. Rwandans call this style smart look culture, a culture of dressing neatly, cleanly, and respectfully toward others. For them, dressing properly is not for showing off, but a reflection of self-respect and national pride. A man wears a suit, not simply for fashion, but because he believes that you don't just represent yourself. You represent Rwanda. In Kigali, wearing shorts is considered not ready to step into society. You will rarely see anyone dressed sloppily, even motorcycle drivers or street vendors. Small tailor shops scattered across the streets specialize in affordable suits costing only around $40, but fitting perfectly to every centimeter. Because Rwandans believe if the country is clean, the people must be neat too. Interestingly, this style is also spread among the younger generation. Students wear tidy shirts. To school, cafe staff wear ties. And even during the monthly Umuganda community cleanup, many still wear old suits. Number 10. It is not allowed to wear flip-flops in Rwanda. If you think you can walk freely on the streets of Rwanda in flip-flops like in Miami or California, then sorry, you're mistaken. In this country, wearing flip-flops in public is considered a taboo. Rwandans believe flip-flops are not hygienic. They expose the feet, easily collect dust, mud, and bacteria, and then spread it into the air or onto others walking behind. It may sound strict, but in a country recognized by the United Nations as the cleanest nation in Africa, this is completely reasonable. For them, cleanliness is not just a habit, but a matter of national pride. In Kigali, the green and peaceful capital, you will see this everywhere: sidewalks, without trash walls, without graffiti, people not littering, and of course no one wearing flip-flops. Whether they are students, office workers, or street vendors, everyone wears closed shoes or tidy sandals. The government doesn't need police to check, because citizens remind each other a kind of social management through awareness that many countries can only dream of. Number 9. The only country with a happiness supermarket for cows. It might sound like a joke, but in Rwanda, cows are not just livestock. They are symbols of kindness and blessings. The government even launched a program called One Cow Per Family in 2006, with the goal of eradicating hunger, reducing poverty, and restoring the spirit of community. According to this program, every poor household in rural areas is given a high-quality dairy cow. The cow not only provides milk, but also manure for crops, helping the whole family improve their income. But the miracle lies in the rule that follows. When the cow gives birth to its first calf, the family must give that calf to their neighbor. Rwandans call this tradition sharing blessings. In rural regions like Kigali and Musanze, the sight of villagers leading a cow to donate to a neighbor is a true ceremony. They decorate the cow with flowers, drums echo across the hills, and children run alongside cheering. It is not only a material gift, but also a bond that ties the community together. Each cow in Rwanda even has its own identification paper, clearly stating its name, origin, and owning family, almost like a national ID card for cows. At government breeding centers, locals jokingly call these places the happiness supermarket, because every time they come to receive a cow, they know their lives are about to change for the better. As of 2023, the program has distributed more than 380,000 cows nationwide, helping millions of people escape poverty. Number 8. Love in Rwanda begins with a dance. In many places, love begins with a glance. But in Rwanda, it begins with the rhythm of drums and the movement of the body. During harvest festivals or national celebrations, when the sound of the ngoma drums fills the air and colorful traditional scarves flutter in the wind, a young man will invite a girl to dance the Intor, one of the most ancient and sacred dances of the Rwandan people. Intor was originally a warrior dance symbolizing strength and loyalty, but over time it evolved into a language of emotion. In rural Rwanda, many married couples say they met for the first time during an Intor dance. According to a 2022 report from Rwanda's Ministry of Culture, more than 60% of rural weddings still include this dance invitation ritual during the engagement ceremony. Anthropologists describe Intor as an emotional compatibility test through body language. Today, Intor classes attract even tourists. Anyone who wants to understand Rwandan culture is encouraged to dance to understand the people. Number 7. The beauty of Rwandan. Women lies in their hair. In Rwanda, beauty is not only in the eyes or the smile, it's in the hair. Traditional hairstyles like amasunzu are symbols of status, age, and attractiveness. Amasunzu is a unique Rwandan hairstyle shaped with intricate spiral patterns that curve like bullhorns or flowing waves. Each design carries a different meaning. Some represent maturity, others signify marital status or social position. In the past, only those who had reached adulthood, held status, or were preparing for marriage were allowed to wear it. Rwandan men would only choose a wife if her amasunzu hairstyle was perfect. Creating amasunzu is no simple task. The process can take 5 to 8 hours, done entirely by hand, using small razor blades, and it requires weekly maintenance. The hairstylist is not just an artist, but also a storyteller and a cultural guardian. Each haircut is a ceremony where beauty and tradition blend into every strand. Today, although many young Rwandan women have switched to modern hairstyles, amasunzu is still honored as a national art symbol. In fact, Miss Rwanda 2018 appeared on the international stage with her amasunzu hairstyle astonishing audiences worldwide. UNESCO once described it as a living heritage of Rwandan identity. Number 6. Rwandans smile. Even in sorrow. In the capital city of Kigali, if you walk past someone without smiling, they might think you're angry or looking down on them. Yes, you heard that right. Rwandans believe that a smile can dissolve conflict and replace 1,000 apologies. Perhaps because they once lived through the tragedy of the 1994 genocide, which took the lives of more than 800,000 people, they deeply understand the value of peace and have chosen the smile as a symbol of healing. The Rwandan government even encourages a lifestyle of opening the heart literally. In many neighborhoods across Kigali, you won't see fences, iron gates, or high walls like in other African cities. Houses are connected side by side, with shared flower gardens between them. A 2023 survey showed that more than 70% of households in the capital live in no-fence zones areas, without boundary walls, yet remain completely safe, thanks to a strong sense of community trust. Locals call this way of life, "We are one." A traveler once said, "In Rwanda, I feel like everyone is my neighbor. Children play in the streets, adults hand mangoes over low fences, and laughter echoes during Umuganda, the community cleanup day." There may be few places in the world where friendliness has become a national policy and a smile has become a lasting symbol of peace. Number 5. Monkeys and gorillas are treated as national treasures. In Rwanda, mountain gorillas are not just wild animals, they are national symbols, honorary citizens of the country. Hidden in the thick mist of volcanoes. National Park just about 60 miles from Kigali, this is one of the few remaining places on Earth where you can see mountain gorillas in their natural habitat. However, witnessing these majestic creatures comes at a price $1,500 per trekking permit. That fee isn't just for sightseeing. 75% of it goes directly to conservation programs and community support for people living around the forests. Thanks to this policy, Rwanda has increased its gorilla population from fewer than 250 individuals in the 1980s to more than 1,000 today, according to the International Union for Conservation of Nature, IUCN. Guides receive special training and must stay at least 23 feet away from the gorillas. Every visitor is required to disinfect their shoes, wear a mask, and avoid touching plants to prevent disease transmission to the animals. For Rwandans, every gorilla represents a part of the country's soul. Each year they host the Kwita Izina Festival, a national ceremony where newborn gorillas are given names just like human babies. The event is broadcast live across the country and attended by artists, conservationists, and even world leaders. Number 4. The capital holds a car-free day every month. Twice every month on Sunday mornings, Kigali, Rwanda's capital, transforms into a giant playground. No car horns, no exhaust fumes, just walkers, cyclists, and laughter filling the streets. This is Car-Free Day, held on the first and third Sundays of each month when the entire downtown area is closed to all motorized vehicles. Instead of traffic jams, you'll see children skateboarding along Kimihurura Boulevard, families biking side by side, and elderly people walking together with friends. Some routes stretch nearly 5 miles, dedicated solely to this event, with medical teams, police officers, and volunteers working throughout to ensure safety. The government calls it a silent revolution, not only to reduce emissions, but also to promote exercise and strengthen community connection. People in Kigali eagerly look forward to this day. They call it the Sunday of Breath, the day to breathe. Street cafes open early, coconut vendors line the roads, and small live music performances take place in the squares. It creates an atmosphere unlike any other capital in the world. But Rwanda doesn't stop there. It's also the only country in Africa that bans trucks from driving at night from 8 p.m. to 6 a.m. The goal is to reduce accidents and noise pollution, and if a driver violates the rule, their vehicle can be confiscated on the spot. Number 3. Old tires turned into fashionable footwear. Amid the global plastic pollution crisis, young Rwandan entrepreneur Kevin Kagirimpundu has proven that trash can truly turn into gold. Together with her friend Isolde Shimwi, she founded the brand Uzuri K&Y, where old car tires are reborn as fashionable shoes, stylish, durable, and environmentally friendly. In Rwanda, a country that banned plastic bags in 2008 and extended the ban to plastic straws and bottles in 2019, the spirit of green living runs deep in the culture. After graduating in creative design from the University of Rwanda, Kagarampundu noticed that millions of tires were being discarded every year and asked herself, why not turn them into something people would be proud to wear? That's how Uzuri KNY was born. In Swahili, Uzuri means beauty and goodness, perfectly describing how each handcrafted pair of shoes tells the story of the beauty of recycling. Every month, the workshop in Kigali produces more than 4,500 pairs of shoes exported to Kenya, Uganda, and sold online across Africa. So far, Uzuri KNY has recycled over 10 tons of rubber, but its most meaningful achievement is providing jobs for 1,500 people, 70% of whom are women. In a country where female unemployment reaches 14.5%, these sandals bring not only income, but also dignity and hope. International magazines call Uzuri KNY the Nike of Africa, while the United Nations recognizes it as a model of a green economy. But Kagarampundu simply smiles and says, I'm not creating fashion, I'm creating the future. Number 2. Local art is displayed everywhere. In Rwanda, you don't need to buy a museum ticket to see art because art is everywhere. From hotel corridors and roadside cafes to government buildings in Kigali, the walls are covered with vibrant paintings, intricate wooden sculptures, and hand-woven tapestries made from dried banana fibers, a material unique to the East African highlands. Many hotels in Kigali, such as Heaven Boutique Hotel or The Retreat, are not just places to stay, they function as living art galleries. Every wall displays the work of young Rwandan artists, many of whom were once street children, now trained through community art programs. Some of the paintings are sold on site, and the profits are used to fund education, buy art supplies, and sponsor free art classes for underprivileged kids. Step into cafes like Anima Arts Cafe or Kigali Art Space, and you can order an espresso while sitting in a space where music, painting, and laughter blend together. According to Rwanda's Ministry of Culture in 2023, 7 out of 10 accommodation establishments in Kigali display or sell local art. Number 1. A country. So clean people don't dare litter. If there's one place on earth where you'll look around and ask, wait, where's the trash? It's Rwanda. Nestled among the lush green hills of East Africa, this small nation has achieved something that even many European or American cities struggle with, keeping every street so clean you could practically see your reflection on the sidewalk. The capital, Kigali, home to over 1.2 million people, has no plastic bags, no billboards, no loud car horns, and no visual clutter. Since 2008, Rwanda has imposed a total ban on plastic bags, and you'll even be asked to discard them at the airport upon arrival. Those massive billboards that dominate places like New York or Los Angeles, you won't find them here. The government calls it preserving the purity of the landscape, and they truly mean it. But what really sets Rwanda apart isn't the law, it's the people's discipline, forged like steel. On the last Saturday of every month, the entire nation, from the president to ordinary citizens, joins in a community effort called Umuganda, meaning working together for a common purpose. From 8 a.m., millions of people take to the streets to clean trash, plant trees, repair roads, and build schools. No one is exempt. The result, Rwanda is so spotless that the United Nations officially calls it the cleanest nation in Africa. By law, every citizen must plant at least one tree each year. With over 13 million people, that means 13 million new trees annually, helping Rwanda maintain a forest cover rate of more than 30%. Rwanda may not be the richest country, but it's one of the most disciplined and civilized. A nation that doesn't boast about GDP, it proudly shows off its clean streets. And what about you? If your country had a national cleaning day, would you join in? Share your answer in the comments below. And with that, our journey through Rwanda comes to an end. Comment the number 1 to 15 for the fact that shocked you the most and tell us why. Love exploring fascinating cultural boundaries like this? Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you won't miss the next journey, where everything that sounds like a legend might just be true.